If you are a child and or adult who is easily offended, please turn back now, because the following podcast has been rated M for mature. Because we like to say fucking shit.
Welcome to another episode of T2G podcast. This is episode 3, part 2. If you missed part 1, please click here now to check it out. Where you should have seen it first. You don't jump into part 2. Who jumps into part 2? You gotta see the first one before you see the sequel. You're doing it wrong. Anyway, we didn't have enough time to cover everything, so we had to split it up into 2 parts. So we still have Codeman here as a guest, and we still have old Chris down at the retirement home talking to us through speakerphone. So CJ, let's kick it off. What are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to talk about something we haven't talked about at all yet.
Whoa.
This is new stuff.
Oh boy.
I don't know if people are actually going to... I don't even know if people are actually going to care about it, but we're going to talk about Wii U.
I don't care about it. I don't care about it all.
Well, too bad. People out there want to know what's going on with the Wii U, I think. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Leave comments in the comment section. You should tell CJ to get a better topic other than the Wii U and never talk about Nintendo ever again. I'll totally read it, and we'll definitely have a discussion about it. But I feel like if we are going to be talking about gaming on Gaming Podcast, we should definitely talk about Nintendo since it's been around for decades.
Sure. Everyone likes NES.
Yeah, NES.
And Super Nintendo.
And N64.
And N64.
And that people like the Wii for like the first 6 months.
Because you could play the old games again.
On the Wii?
Yeah.
No, people liked it because you could play bowling with your grandpa.
That's right.
The only reason why I like the Wii is because I could play Smash Bros. Again.
Yeah, that's the
only reason
I ever cared about.
If you offer that to me, I'll play it.
But they're going to have that on the Wii U. You're going to buy a Wii U for Smash Bros?
It may be worth it. That's a really fun game.
$350 to play Smash Bros. on the Wii U.
That is the Wii guy.
Falcon Punch.
Yeah, I just so many fond memories. Anyway, so obviously the Wii U has had problems in the past. I want to talk a little bit about some of the issues that they've been kind of dealing with and some of the opportunities. But the first thing I kind of want to bring up, obviously Wii U's been out for almost a year now.
It has?
It's been, yeah,
it's been out.
It's been a few months shy of about a year because I think it came out in November, if I'm not mistaken, last year.
Very quietly
Somebody go
snuck out.
Somebody go on the history books and find that out. And then tweet us. But, so the first main problem with it, the biggest opportunity has definitely been the lack of third-party support from companies like, EA and Activision, the big hitters. I don't think 2K, other than NBA 2K13, has really come out with anything worthwhile on the Wii U. Ubisoft has definitely stuck by them for the most part. Ubisoft's one of those companies that wants to get their games on every single console.
Yes.
Warner Brothers has stuck by them. They released Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. They released Injustice when that came out. So I mean, they've been kind of sticking by them. So hey, Chris, what do you think are some of the problems or what are some of the issues that the developers or the third-party developers are kind of staying away from the Wii U?
Well, I mean, you're looking at the problem with third-party publishers are hesitant when it comes to releasing titles on the Wii U due to the lack of sales from third-party titles when the console launched. So, I mean, there are so many games released, for third-party publishers for the Wii U during the launch period, but most of them were, converted from other platforms or whatever. So, therefore you're looking at you could enjoy the brisk sales just from the Nintendo genre because they're all coming from other places too. And as a result, some of the software developers have become pessimistic on the Wii U, and that's a serious problem for Nintendo right now.
Yeah. Do you think it has anything to do with? Do you think it's just the install base of the Wii U that people aren't really buying these systems in large quantities yet, or do you think it has something to do with the actual graphical or capability of the system itself?
Oh, well, it was probably both. I mean, the time will come when some third-party games for Wii U and for other platforms are released in the same year or whatever. But, I mean, it's important to, they give a lot of momentum to the Wii U around that period. The problem is, even if publishers didn't have any concrete plans developed for the Wii U software, they'll change their minds eventually. The issues that they're having right now is a handful of third-party games, like I guess Skylanders Swap Force and the new Batman game, the Disney game, is it Infinity?
Yeah, it's Infinity.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're coming out for the Wii U, but they're not exclusive. You know, even upcoming DC Comics Scribblenauts. I don't know if you guys looked into that yet.
Yeah.
That'll be coming for the 3DS and PC alongside with the Wii U release. Ubisoft is one of the Wii U's biggest initial supporters. Some sourced on the device after poor sales, and the new original IP like the Zombie U game. I don't know if you guys seen that yet.
Yeah, that game failed miserably.
It fell way below expectations.
Way below.
I didn't expect
I'm we're talking way below expectations. Like
Yeah.
buried a zombie way below.
Hey, did you play that zombie game? What?
Yeah, no. That did not.
Zombie game for the Wii? What?
Ubisoft missed the boat.
So, I mean, it made that company, it actually forced them to make the new Rayman Legends a multi-platform release instead of just being for Nintendo.
Yeah, that was a game that got delayed originally, and then they eventually just said, "Hey, we're doing it for all systems, all home platforms."
Right. And then, EA is another one, and Peter Moore is more doubtful than ever, I guess, with these guys. He says nothing that in EA's own lineup of Wii U games saw poor sales, and it's like a troubling lack of online engagement. So, I mean, EA is moving in the direction like most companies should be, moving into the direction of multi-player online action instead of just doing the single console thing, and that's the Wii U's fault. That's Nintendo's problem right there.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lack of online engagement with the Wii U. It's troubling. The problem is it's essential for EA to do what they do, but they really want to start running major servers with these great games, but when you look at Nintendo, the community is so small online. It's hardly worth running the servers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're gonna see a day where Battlefield 4 is being played on Wii U at all, ever.
Never.
I don't think we're ever gonna see a Battlefield or anything like that. Call of Duty is still coming out for Wii U. Activision is supporting that with Call of Duty, but I mean, Call of Duty is the biggest game. They want to get it on every platform. I can understand that. But something as simple as even Deadpool or something that came out that's owned by Activision and High Moon, I don't know why they don't just try and release that game on there.
Right.
But my understanding of it is that a lot Activision and EA, and then tell me if I'm wrong, Chris, but a lot of them just don't want to formulate a team to make the Wii U version of the games that are coming out.
Well, the trouble is Activision says that there's nothing new to announce for the Wii U. I mean, obviously for them it's gone stale too.
Yeah.
It's all because the Wii's numbers, or the number one problem, I should say, is a lack of third-party support. And that system, the system outsold its competitors, but many of those sales were by casual players, who didn't really invest nearly as much into their system as the customers of Xbox 360 or PS3, in the past. So, it's looking at, it could be the hardware that Nintendo has, making it harder for third parties to write for, The question is, can Nintendo get its mojo back? I feel like they're floundering.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's quarter 2 earnings came in recently, and they're still staying afloat. I mean, they have liquid cash to spend. They have millions of dollars of cash just to spend. That's just in their business.
Every single coin Mario gets.
They're not in debt. I mean, the 3DS is what's really keeping them afloat right now. The handhelds. And you're seeing a lot more handheld games, a lot more of the 3DS games releasing faster than a Wii U launch or a Wii U title. But I mean, I think that I was looking at some articles online, and they were saying that there's times where the PS Vita is outselling the Wii U. You know what I mean? So that's a scary realization.
PS Vita wasn't doing well.
Yeah, Vita's not doing well. I mean, it's doing better, but it's not doing as well as
for it
Sony
to be
hoped.
Wii U. That's
say something.
So I mean, it's interesting. Codeman, where do you see Wii U and Nintendo kind of going with the Wii U? I mean, obviously they're gonna keep coming out with Smash Bros. And Zelda and the Mario games, but do you see them adapting to try and make it more acceptable to other third-party publishers.
The way I view Wii in general is that they're always trying to be different in a way.
Yeah, they're always trying to be innovative.
They're always trying to like find a different way of playing games or a different way of just having these new games come out that people could love. But it's really all about the people that go like to the Wii. They like the old-fashioned games, like Mario.
They want to they want to reminisce about the Marios, and
that's why like only like really limited amount of people are gonna get the Wii's, no matter what.
Yeah, there's just that fan base.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about the Wii U that I read, it's actually the only console today that's still backwards compatible.
Really?
So if you have a Wii and you get the Wii U, you can still play your Wii games.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's really appealing.
Yeah. But like you were saying...
Can you play GameCube games on the Wii?
No, you can't play GameCube games on the Wii U.
Okay, so...
You can play GameCube games on the Wii, and the Wii games can play on the Wii U. They always do
the
backwards
new
compatibility.
Wii couldn't play the GameCube games because they changed the model.
Yeah, they changed the model. No, you're absolutely right. They changed the model, the actual system.
And good luck trying to find the original Wii.
About 2 years, you can get it. You know
where do you come from? It's like Wii U.
You are playing. It's how you will play next.
It just sounds like Wii and then
that's
Wii U. Like
that's another one of those
you.
stupid games, though. Like stupid names. Like I mean, like the Xbox One, I hate the name, and then the Wii U, I hate the name too. Like
who do these people like talk to that think it's a good idea?
Maybe it was in a completely different name, and they told it to some other guy that doesn't speak that language, and he just interpreted it wrong.
Sounds great in your head, just.
Yeah. But I think the problem with the Wii U is the fact that it came out with the Xbox 360 PS3 last year, and not many people were interested in it because, the things that we're playing on there, you can still play on your Xbox.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the graphical power and the capability is pretty much right up to par with Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah, it wasn't anything
not
special.
Not graphically, I don't think. I mean, they're in it's 1080p games. I mean, they're in 1080.
It's basically an HD Wii.
Yeah, with a tablet.
With a tablet.
And I think
that's friggin' ginormous.
Yeah, it's actually pretty comfortable on the hands. I don't know if you ever hold one or not. But
I did, and I didn't know what the hell it was at first.
But, I mean, like I said, they wanted to be innovative. They wanted to do something new. What they did is they took the DS handheld and they made it a home console. That's exactly what they did. What you're holding on the tablet is the bottom part of what a DS or a 3DS is.
They just made it very
That's exactly
large.
what it is.
They brought it to McDonald's.
You cut out your TV at the top.
TV
That's
now.
exactly what it is. That's probably what they saw.
That makes me not like it more.
Well, you see that now you're going into this generation where it's $50 less than a PS4, so really, the only people that are going to play it, and I just don't know if they already have a Wii, why play that unless you want the Mario Party 10,000?
The only reason I will ever buy a Wii U is going to be because of Smash Bros. That is the only reason I will ever buy a Wii U.
Or if they come out with
the
next craziest Zelda game ever.
I mean, Zelda's going to be good and everything like that, and that is going to be a system seller. But I don't...
There hasn't been much Zelda news except for the Wind Waker.
I mean, they got Mega Man on Smash Bros, man. I don't know if I could pass that up.
Can.
It's the old Mega Man.
I don't care. It's Mega Man.
Yeah.
They haven't come out with Mega Man in forever.
They also have like the Wii workout model thing now,
the Wii
too.
Fit. Yeah,
the Wii Fit thing.
The Wii Fit model.
I always had.
It's not exciting me, but it's cool. I mean, they're adding more people.
Yeah, I mean, they're
trying.
People. They're going to have like third-party people.
What about that hula hoop girl dancing in her or hula hooping in her underwear? Can you play as her?
What's that from?
That's from the Wii U or the Wii, the original Wii. They had it on YouTube. She was dancing with the thing.
Oh, no,
I don't know what sites you've been looking at,
you
John.
just get to be the.
I never saw it.
You gotta type in Google.
You just get to be like
I'll get you
the
that.
person on the mat, the mat person, like when you get the
but
the Wii thing.
Why?
She's the trainer. She's important.
What does she throw? Yoga mats at you?
No, she probably
She
throws
goes
a
like
Wii Fit
this.
balance board.
She does
at
a
you.
karate chop.
That balance board could literally kill somebody. I don't know if you ever felt one of those Wii Fit balance
I
boards.
stood on
That thing is heavy.
Yeah.
That is
Maybe that's why the Wii U prices or the sales are so bad because the Wii board thing killed people.
Yeah.
No, nobody hit them. I mean, I don't think people took it up and like, I hate this game. I'm too fat. Bah.
There's no hope for me.
I'm so huge, it doesn't matter anymore. Take the Wii board and break down my house.
Nintendo, make up your mind. First, you're telling me to get fat like Mario. Now I need to be skinny like Luigi.
I still love how we went off with oh yeah, get up and play, and then you still see videos of people just laying on the
Sitting
couch
down.
and they're just going like this.
Oh yeah, no.
They're just waving their arm with the Wii remote.
When I
and
played
they're
Zelda
like,
Twilight Princess, I just sat there on a chair and I played. I didn't actually stand
I think
up.
that
It's exhausting.
What you're supposed to do is get up and move.
Like people, I don't think Xbox, with the Xbox One, or even you can do the Move for the motion controllers to the PS Move you can use when you're sitting down and stuff like that. But I don't know if they understood that if you're standing for a long time playing 12-hour games, it's not possible. Yeah. You don't want to stand for that long playing 12-hour games. It's not going to happen. No,
I'll collapse.
Just no. Chris, if you were going to buy a Wii U, what game would make you buy a Wii U?
That's a pretty important question, isn't it?
Yeah. If you were going to buy a Wii U, what would make you buy it?
Well, the new Smash Brothers, obviously, because let's face it, Smash Brothers, right?
Yep, exactly.
But I'm also looking at the new monolithic games that are coming out, like that. Excuse me if I pronounce it wrong. It's like Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, Bayonetta 2. They picked it up. They made it exclusive. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, and then the return of Donkey Kong Country and Mario Kart and things like that. I mean, those are classics, just revamped. But I mean, you know what? The Wii U, for some reason, I feel like there's no need for cute-looking games all the time. As an adult man, I like to enjoy serious games more times than fancy, cute, fat, pink flying Jigglypuff monsters.
All right. Now you crossed the line.
Whoa.
You're dissing Jigglypuff. I don't know if I could let that happen.
You called it a monster.
But the thing is, too, the Wii U is a great machine. It's a customer-friendly device. But the problem is, it's not a fast machine. I would never expect the Wii U to match the Xphone or PS4. But I do expect them to have a fast enough processor to allow games to start instantaneously or save faster than the old Wii system, let's say.
Uh-huh.
Nintendo has been around a long time, but I don't see them going away.
Yeah, I don't see them going away. I have a bold prediction to make with the Wii. I think if they do a next generation system, if they make it that far, because I'm kind of skeptical that they'll ever make another system again if this keeps going the way the business is.
They're gonna move into the phone business.
Well, I have a firm belief that the next, if they do a 3DS, another version of it, it's going to be very similar to like a smartphone or a tablet. Mm-hmm. That's what it's going to be. But I think if they do another console, it's going to be like a revamped, completely new model like the GameCube. It's going to be what the GameCube should have been as a system, and just a gaming console.
You know what would be the best seller for Nintendo? Make a console that looks just like the NES, with digital copies included of every single NES game and Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, but I feel like I wouldn't buy all the old. I don't know if I would play all the old NES games and stuff like that again. I mean, it'd be something to try out, but I wouldn't spend like hours upon hours playing all those games again.
I think for the Wii,
I played them
I
already.
think he's touching on something important there, though, because sales follow content.
Yeah.
And but content also follows sales. So you kind of have to look at that, interesting discussion there. Maybe that might take up some more time than we have. But I do have a question for the community. If you allow me to ask the community a couple of questions, I have a pretty good thing on Nintendo here that's pretty interesting.
Go ahead.
Listen up, folks.
All right. First question is, will the gamepad be the downfall of the Wii U? Second question is Nintendo stubborn on not adapting the HD graphics that we all love with the other consoles? Another question is, will third-party developers continue to work with the Nintendo, or is the future of the gaming in the hands of the other companies for now?
I think that last one is kind of relevant. I mean, gaming right now, I think it's being controlled by Xbox or Microsoft and Sony. I mean, that's just my opinion about it. But yeah, I mean, definitely anybody out there want to respond to in the comment sections or send us a tweet or whatever. With any of those kind of comments or suggestions, even thoughts,
Opinions.
be sure to,
Send us your memoirs.
let us know. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of good stuff. I mean, it's very interesting to think about it too. I mean, I definitely see also with Wii U and Nintendo in general with the DS and everything like that, I kind of feel like they have a game plan that they're not letting everybody know about. Just because I feel like they are going to be doing more digital sales more than hard copies of games. You're starting to see it in stores now where, they're not having these large quantities of disc-based games anymore. You're seeing, a few copies. If somebody might do like a pre-order on them or something, I'm sure they have hard copies for them. But like after that, it's pretty much, hey, you know what? If you can't get it here, you can just buy it digitally and download it right to your system and never have to worry about a disc. And I feel like, as much as we may not think that Nintendo knows what it's doing, I feel like they do, and they're just in that perspective. If they can start doing higher digital growth, they're going to be a step ahead of Xbox One and PS4 because they're still en routed to this idea of you still need to sell the hard copies of games, and that's still the primary. And I feel like Wii U and Nintendo are starting to make that move towards just digital, especially considering that the new Pokemon Rumble Blast or whatever it's going to be, it's a new Pokemon game coming out. It is digital only, and you actually have to buy like little plastic Pokeballs that have the Pokemon in it, so you could actually use the figures in the game. But the game itself, a Pokemon title that is one of their highest selling titles, and the Pokemon, they're gonna have Pokemon X and Y later. Yeah, this giant Pokemon franchise X and Y is gonna be coming out later this year. They're doing it digitally. So to me, that says is that they're starting to make that move, and if they're starting to make that move, that's what's going to keep them profitable. That's what's going to keep them going. Because, like I said,
I think, you'll never have to leave the couch.
Like I think like Xbox and PS4 are going to start. They will eventually make that move, but I think Nintendo is already starting to make that move preemptively, and I think that might be how they survive. What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
Well, I mean, like I said before, content will. Sales follow the content. So if you offer things like classic games on the cloud, for instance, I think that would be really good for Nintendo to jump on. Mm-hmm. But, if having a hard copy too, I always like having a hard copy of games, but the whole world is moving towards digital. It's just easier. It makes things a little bit cheaper for, developers to do. And I think that it's Nintendo wants to keep up with the next-gen consoles. They really need to start thinking about their hardware. They got to really start thinking about Nintendo Network, if you will. They really got to start thinking about a lot of things because the general community is moving in that direction.
Yeah. So, Codeman, what do you think? What do you think about the Wii U? Where do you think it's going? Do you think they have kind of pulled the cover over our eyes and they're really, just starting to push digital and they're going to be profitable, or do you think they're really just going to have a hard time moving forward?
I think they're just going to pull it digital. I mean, I don't have much experience with the Wii U, but when I did play around with the Wii,
Play around with your Wii?
Yeah. Basically, it just seemed a lot easier to just do stuff off of the Wii instead of going down to like GameStop or anything else like that and just picking up a disc. But the one thing I think Wii U really should go for is, like Chris said, like the hardware. Adapt it, like add on more like physical traits that you could play, that the gamer can play with, and it will affect the game.
Like the specs, the hardware, all that other stuff, remodel it. I mean, that might be what they do eventually. I think it's too soon for them to start thinking about that, though, as of right now. What do you think, John? Do you think that, Nintendo knows what they're doing? Start doing more digital, making more profit off of it? Do you think?
I think that'd be very smart of them if they want to compete with today. But like I said, my business model is next system. Make it look like the NES. Stock it with all the games from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, even N64. Sell it at a high price. And people will buy it and play the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And don't call it the Wii.
Or the Wii U. Or the Wii Me. Or the
Wii Touch.
Wii.
Or the Touch Wii.
Wii.
Don't know Wii Squared.
Oh, no Wii Squared. Alright, yeah.
So, to answer the question, they should go digital.
Yeah, to make more profit and everything else like that. I really think that's where they're going.
Make it convenient, at least. If you're not going to compete with the graphics and
they're really not trying to
they're
compete
losing
with
third parties. Yeah, no, you always look at the main guys always smiling like, yeah, even though the crowd's like, what?
What are you doing?
Why? How could you be
You're
so
ruining
happy?
it.
How many
Making it
Mario
bad.
games could you show me?
What,
How?
is it a tablet? Is it a system? What is it?
I don't know. Wasn't the last Mario he turned into a cat now?
Yeah, it's cat. 3D.
Yeah.
It's Mario 3D Land. Or no, Mario 3D World. 3D Land's
World.
on the 3DS.
That's when you
That's
get
right.
super big and you
You
start
want to
stopping
know?
feeling
Another
right?
game I'm kind of excited for because it brings me back to the Sega days. They're doing the Sonic Lost World. I don't know if you've seen anything for that, but
Jurassic
They
Park.
haven't. They
Sonic.
haven't had a lot of.
Sonic Lost World.
it's
Jurassic
Sonic,
Park.
and it's like it's probably the bigger game that Sonic's done in recent years.
They haven't done a lot of. They haven't had a lot of success with new Sonic games. Though.
Oh, is that the
No, they
handheld
haven't.
one?
No.
Where you
No,
can-
it's not. I mean, it's going to be handheld. It's going to have a 3DS one, but it's also going to have like a Wii U launch. It's like think like it's almost like a Mario Galaxy type of a game.
Yeah,
like
I saw
Mario
the
Galaxy,
the
but
gameplay
with
of
Sonic,
it.
and it's fast paced. It looks really cool. There's going to be like a multiplayer racing type of a deal going on where you can race through levels in a time fashion against your friends. It looks pretty neat. It looks really cool. And like I said, from the Sega days, I have a soft spot for Sonic.
Sega.
I mean,
You think the Wii U's gonna
The
be
old
like
Sonic.
Dreamcast?
yeah.
The last of
The last of the.
it might be.
they
I
just
think
join
eventually, yeah. I
forces.
mean, it might just happen. I mean, it might just be, hey, we're done with systems, now we're going to make these games. You know, and we're going to make them for Xbox, we're going to make them for PS4.
Mario meets
See,
Master
if
Chief.
Sony
I think
was,
that'd be a better way though.
if Sony was smart, because all Japan has, you know, Sony and Nintendo products, they don't care about the Xbox. If Sony was smart and they could afford it, they should buy up most of the...
Just jump on it right now.
Just buy up Nintendo.
Certain games.
They don't have the money for it. Like I said, they definitely don't have the money because they're not in the best financial state. But they should buy them up, get all the exclusives from Nintendo, let Nintendo be like their separate, you know, developing crew that creates these games and then puts them out on the PlayStation platform. That would make money.
They just need to buy
That-
Smash Bros.
Well, PlayStation All Stars ain't cutting it.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I mean that is all the topics for today. Good stuff. Good stuff. We talked about the Wii U, and we're excited about it because we finally talked about Nintendo, and we haven't talked about Nintendo yet.
Yay.
But obviously, we will be doing another episode next week. Some interesting topics are being thought about. So, yeah, guys, stay tuned. John, did you want to send us off?
I
Anything
will.
else you want to mention?
Pay your taxes,
No, absolutely not.
or they will find you.
They will find you, and they will destroy your face. But yeah, that's everybody here at Time to Game. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we will see you next week.
Yes, and please be sure to check our Tumblr page, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I'll leave you all annotations here, there, and somewhere over here.
John's gonna spam the shit out of the podcast
Booyah.
YouTube video. You're gonna have so much links and tags and craziness. You're not even gonna know what
You're
happened.
gonna get lost. You're gonna get lost.
So just do yourself a favor and just join them all, so you don't have
Yes.
to keep doing it to you.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This was episode 3 of T2G Podcast.
Time to game.
We'd like to thank Codeman for coming out today,
Thank
being
you.
our guest, and thanking old Chris from the retirement center down south for staying up past Matlock hours to be with us today.
Matlock.
Yeah.
What is that?
It was a show old people watch and go to bed as soon as it was over.
Really?
All right.
Cool. I didn't know they had that.
Say
You sure?
bye, old Chris.
All right.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Old Chris says goodbye.
All right,
All right.
guys.
Thank you, and tune in next week.
And the week after.
And the week after.
And after.
Infinity.
And the week after.
We want to be able to talk about Xbox 12.
Which who knows, with the way they name things, that might be the next
That'll be the
Xbox.
next one. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.